This is the easiest melon and pumpkin farm for Minecraft Bedrock, and as always, there'll be a world download in the description. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is grab our building blocks, and we're going to create a perimeter that is a 9x9 square, so the inside square is going to be 7x7. After building your perimeter, we're going to pick a side and mine out this center block right here, and then mine these 3 blocks going through it. We're going to place down a double chest peeking out of the perimeter, and then run a hopper into that chest. We're then going to come over to this side right here, or the other side, it doesn't matter, and we're going to dig down 2 blocks and place down a redstone torch. We're then going to come diagonal of the hopper, whichever side that you made this torch, we're going to do it on the same side. So if you place your torch over there, we're going to do it on this block, but because I placed it here, we're going to do it right here. We're going to mine down 2 blocks, and we're going to do this for the next 5 blocks here, going all the way to this end, leaving that last strip of blocks. We're going to place down 5 redstone torches underground now, and replace the blocks on top. Then we're also going to grab another redstone torch and go diagonal to the other side of the farm, mine down 2 blocks, and place down a redstone torch. We can go ahead and cover up both of these now, and grab your powered rails. We're going to place down a powered rail every single place that there is a redstone torch. That would be right here, and then these 5 blocks going across, and then this block right here. We're now going to grab our rails, and we're going to connect everything up in a giant snaking pattern like this. And if you're having issues with your rails like I did here, it's a lot easier if you go ahead and place these afterwards. We're going to go ahead and replace all of these just like that. Rails are really annoying, so just find a pattern that works for you. I find that placing the powered rails second along with the rails does help the giant rail issue. We're just going to go through here and finish this off. And again, we're going to do every powered rail everywhere that there is a redstone torch. And again, it's easier if you do it all in one go. So that's our final powered rail right there. And snake it back, and we're going to place down a final powered rail right here so that our minecart hopper travels under every single one of the blocks that are going to be above these rails. All right, grab your stairs now, and we're going to place down a stair on every single one of these off branches. So the center block and then right beside it. So we're going to do it over here as well. This is the center, stair here, stair here. Same thing on this side, stair here, and same thing on this side, just like that. And it should look pretty symmetrical at this point. We're going to grab our blocks now and fill in the rest of this layer going all the way across to make this entire thing 2 blocks tall, just like this. And if you want to go ahead and hide off this chest and all of the rails and stuff, all you have to do is place down an upside down stair right here, and then it is completely invisible. But for right now, we're actually going to leave this open because we need to be underneath of everything. Alright, this next part is probably the most annoying part of building this farm. We're going to come over to one of these walls, place down 2 temporary blocks right here, then grab your piston and place an upside down piston just like this on the edge. You can go ahead and break your temporary blocks now, and then we're going to use temporary blocks to create spaces in between these pistons just like this. We're going to do it for the entire farm, creating a checkerboard pattern of pistons. And the reason we have to place down temporary blocks is because, unfortunately, observers and pistons face in the opposite direction. So we can't just do it one way. We have to get to both sides of the farm. So we're going to do this with temporary blocks until the entire pattern is done. And after completing the checkerboard pattern, we can now get on top of these pistons, break all of our temporary blocks, and place down observers looking downwards so that way the red dot is visible to you up here. And we're going to do this again for the entire checkerboard pattern. And after placing down your observers, we're going to place down blocks on every single one of these pistons and redstone dust on every single one of these observers. And once you've placed down all your blocks, redstone dust, observers, and pistons, this is what it should look like. It is quite the pattern, and it does look pretty cool. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place down our dirt inside of the farm. So we're just going to go across and place it all the way in here. Now that we have all of our observers and pistons in place, we really don't need access to this point anymore. So again, we're just going to go all the way across. Make sure that you can get to your opening though, so don't lock yourself in. And then once we're at this point, we're going to grab a minecart hopper, place it down, and just simply run into it, so that way it starts on its journey of gathering all of the melons and pumpkins. We can now place down our last dirt block, and we can also place down a block right here, And we are also going to place down a stair right here, that way we don't see the minecart hopper. Now what you can do is create an infinite water source somewhere in the area, that way you don't have to use a bunch of buckets. Go ahead and grab your water, place it down in one of these stairs, and then we are going to do this for the rest of the stairs. And the last step to this farm is tilling the soil and placing your seeds. So for every observer, we're going to till the soil underneath of it, and we're going to do this for the entire system once again. And on every tilled piece of land, we're also going to plant a seed. Don't get alarmed by these pistons pushing down. That is just how it's going to break the melons and pumpkins later. And I would also recommend bone mealing all of these because these do take quite a while to grow. And then once it is all said and done, this is what it should look like. This is the final farm. One more thing that you could do is add a glass layer or a glass rim going all the way across here. That way none of the melons or pumpkins fall out of the farm. But that really shouldn't happen anyways. They should stay relatively in the same place. As you can see, the minecart hopper just picked up those melons, and if we take a look in here, you'll see that the melons have been deposited into the chest. But yeah, this thing is chopping away. It did some just there as well, and those melons have now been dispensed into the chest. But this is a really awesome AFK farm, and if you're having any kind of super base, having this in the area is going to do you absolute wonders, especially if you have a bunch of farmer villagers that you can then trade these melons or pumpkins for emeralds. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.